Hello everybody and welcome back. There is always a little bit of a break in this series because leading up to National Ceiling Fan Day, it is a huge push to get the display done. And then after that push, I am focused on getting everything ready for the big day. Unfortunately, that gap is also sort of extended as I head into the busy season at my day job. So as usual around this time of the year, I'm not sure when this video is going to reach you, but I was here today and I did just want to stop and open this back up because I've done a few things, and if I let these updates pile up, I end up forgetting things. So just immediately right here, my first display change since National Ceiling Fan Day has taken place. I finished up with all of my content for the Oxygen Strato, and it has replaced the Quorum Expo. The Expo was really just acting as a placeholder until I had time to get around to working with this fan. I actually really wanted this one to be up on display for this year's National Ceiling Fan Day video, but time just got too short. So it is here now, and I guess it works out because now I'll get to enjoy it for basically the entire next year. In the end, not entirely mad about it because this fan is for sure going to remain in my top tier of absolute favorites. So next thing, when I was working in this corner getting new fans in and all that, I was finding it somewhat difficult to work with my brand partner feature here. I have liked this location for it, but it's kind of a difficult area to work with when I'm trying to implement products here. I don't want to be limited in what I can do trying to not block this off, etc., etc. And this format is also a little bit hard to work with when I add a new brand. It's kind of hard to implement that in. I'm always kind of having to rearrange and redo things. And in doing that, this painted concrete wall is not the most ideal thing to work with. So for the moment, since this setup kind of works and I haven't added anything, I haven't taken this down yet, but I have added a much more prominent brand feature wall. If you follow me on Instagram and watch my stories, you got a nice little preview of this in real time. Please excuse any background noise, the lawn is being mowed outside. But these are large scale, full color where applicable. And not only is it more of a statement, but this format is quite a bit more free flowing. It's easier to add something in if I need to. I don't have to take them all down and rearrange to squeeze something in. And realistically on this side, there's only room for about one or two more, but there is room for expansion on the other side. And to be real at this point, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more expansion that I'm able to do. Funny enough, in real time here, I just responded to a comment on a similar topic, asking why I don't feature other certain brands. And the fact is, I have been in some sort of contact with pretty much every major showroom channel brand out there, and any that are not here are basically not here by their own choice. These brands here have seen the value in what I present, and other brands do not see that same value. That is totally fine, no shade to anyone. My ego is not inflated to the point that I think everybody has to work with me. I will say I think it's their loss because my videos tend to turn up pretty well in search results. But my point is, unless we see a lot of new manufacturers popping up or more lighting brands wanting to cross over into fans, there aren't really many more brands that I can add here that I haven't already approached or talked to. So I'm feeling like this is going to serve me well for quite some time. So those are the couple of updates that you can really see. Otherwise, I've just been doing some general cleanup from the display swap outs, still just getting stuff put away. I've also been doing quite a bit at home over at the condo, basically a full year after moving in, finally getting some artwork on the walls and little stuff like that. I think sometime in the near future I'll do an update over there, maybe its own video, but there's still a good bit more I want to get done before we do that. So that kind of wraps this up for now. Of course, in this season I have no real idea when I'm going to be back, so I will see you when I see you. Hello, I am back checking in. I've just been working on some odds and ends around here today. Some more general tidying and cleanup, and just getting some more regular videos filmed as well to try to keep something rolling out during my busier season. So that being said, there's probably a dozen other things that I should be working on, but it's never too early to start display updates, and that's what I really want to do. So I had some really great finds this past year, especially during cleanup week, a lot of which I really do want to display. And with that, I don't really have any specific theming ideas in store for the display right now. Basically, at this point, I just have ideas of what I want to put up in a few specific places. And with those key items, there's nothing really coherent between them or with anything else currently on display. So I'm just going to start with what I want to put up and we'll see if anything develops. And as usual, it is very early in the display changeout process right now, so I would like some suggestions for anything that you would like to see. I'm still not positive about making huggers work, so no promises there. The thing there is, even if I put them up, some of the structural members that my boxes are mounted to are not particularly straight. So there's real potential of having to work around things hanging at weird angles and a number of other issues. It's not that any of it is impossible, there's just going to be more time involved in making all that work. So I know there is a crowd that wants it, it's still at the forefront of my mind, I'm just not sure when I'm going to be able to make it work. So with that, the first two locations that I'm going to be looking at are these two. So for this location, I am planning on my Hunter Esprit. I've got it tucked down here so the glass doesn't get broken. And I've basically had this plan since I got that fan cleaned up. I almost made the swap out before National Ceiling Fan Day when I was having clearance issues with this location, but I got all of that stuff figured out and I figured I would save the Esprit for the next year. So that's the plan here, and then for this location, Evergo is going right back up, and I'm going to do this small brown metal blade variant, also from cleanup week. So I'm just going to get moving on some disassembly. Hopefully I'll be able to get both of these done tonight. I will probably check back once something is starting to go back up. Esprit motor is up. I actually need to go dig out the blades. They're in a pile of stuff that I've recently filmed. I just haven't had time to sort them out and put them all away, so I will go do that and get them installed, and then I'll be back. Alright, done with this one, on to the second. I still have to do wall controls and stuff, but I'm not going to bother with that tonight. I just want to get these up. Okay, done with getting at least both on the ceiling. I didn't have a ton of time tonight, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Per usual, don't know when I will be back or what I'll be doing, but I will see you soon. Hello, I am back. It has been a minute again, but I don't really have any updates since the last time I checked in. So we're really just launching right into the next project, which I will explain. I'm going to start getting into sort of phase 2 of ground storage here in the back. When I moved into this space, it was really kind of a push to get this side working and functional, and then this side has sort of been a catch-all ever since, which hasn't necessarily been a bad thing. This has been a nice flex space to sort of utilize as needed, but now, especially over the past couple of years, with all the new product I've received, I've come into a new storage dilemma. I've got this stuff kind of just piling up everywhere, and it's becoming a little bit of a problem. So it's time to sort of figure out what I'm going to do here and get things actually set up the way that I need them to be. So I've got a little bit of shelving here to start with. Just a little bit ago, I used part of that first shelf to get this set up over here for our artificial Christmas trees. I've been trying to get this done for like 5 years now. Basically, since we moved them over here from the old house, they've just been sitting here, kind of in the way. I've had good intentions to get back to it several times, but it's just not really a priority project in the scope of all the other stuff that I usually have to do. But that is finally done now, and maybe we can get some of this storage over here a little bit more organized now that those bulky items have their own place. So then my plan is to use the second half of that shelf that would normally stack on top. I'm not going to do that since the window is over there, so I'll use the second half of it in this spot. And then I've got another shelf like these ones that I will keep divided in half and basically continue what I have going down this side on this side. The measurements of those two differing styles of shelves really could not have worked out much better for the space that I have here between the furnace and the wall. So I think that setup is really going to increase the efficiency of the space that I have here. Like the shelf I have here is fine, but it's just not the most efficient use of the space. So I think this little revamp will make things immensely better. So obviously, in order to do that, I need to clear all of this stuff out, so that's what I'm going to start with. Right now I only have about 20 minutes left to spend on this, so I probably won't get too far, but I do have that little bit of time, so I want to spend it on something productive. So I will likely just check back in with what I get done, and then we will probably continue tomorrow. I am wrapping it up for tonight, but I have a solid start. I think I'm finally going to have to throw all of these spare box fan grills up in the crawl space, so that's going to be its own task. Otherwise, not much left to clear out here. I've gotten this existing shelf almost completely empty. So like I said, I do plan to be back on this tomorrow. No promises, of course, but right now that is the plan, so hopefully I will see you back tomorrow. Hello, it is in fact the next day and I am sitting here editing this video, and I was legitimately shocked to find that I'm already over 10 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and close this one out now. I know I'm leaving the new storage situation on a bit of a cliffhanger, but this is going to allow me to finish this video right now and post it immediately today. I am looking right now. Yeah, it's been 21 days since I last posted a video, so obviously I would like to get something up. My goal for today was to get a regular video filmed so that I could get that up within the next couple of days, and then also get enough footage to complete this video. But if I can get this vlog up now, that gives me some wiggle room for the regular video. And then if I do have time to get back to the storage project, that gives me more of a head start on yet another video. So thank you all for watching today, and of course thank you for your patience. I posted up on my community tab the other day that the past couple of weeks have been a bit of a challenge logistically, but I am so happy to be able to get this video up today. So subscribe, ring the bell, don't miss any updates, and I will see you next time.